All right, guys, here we go. Just a real quick video regarding why XRP, XCN, and ADA are dead in the water until this happens. Okay, that's all you see all day long, all over YouTube, all over X, Reddit, wherever. These price predictions for XRP, price predictions for XCN, and they throw up a chart and give price predictions, $500 a coin, $1,000, so on and so forth. Absolutely, ridiculous. Okay. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and just put out a challenge right now to any and all YouTubers out there with these crazy, insane, unrealistic, currently unrealistic price predictions for any of these coins. Okay. We'll do a live stream or do a Zoom in front of the whole world, and we'll day trade. Okay, we'll day trade a real stock. And matter of fact, I'll even let you use the paper trading uh, simulator on trading views. Okay, so we don't have to worry about you losing any money. And then we'll have a time range. Okay, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever you want to do, and we'll see who ends up with the most money at the end of that time. Okay. So, and then we'll give the prize we'll donate that to charity. All right. I just fed up and ridiculous about all this, and the only reason why people do that is because they put their life savings like idiots into one of these cult, uh, altcoins, and they're now well into the red. Okay. And then they're pumping and dumping, and also they're trying to get views pump up their YouTube revenue or whatever it is because they can't really trade or they'd be doing that. But anyway, let me get off my soapbox for a second. And another thing, I mean, I could put out a coin and I can get on chat, GPT, and come up with a hellacious white paper in a couple of hours that would look like, a group of scholars with PhDs from MIT put it together. Okay, so that doesn't impress me. What will impress me and what will give, some credibility, reliability to any of these altcoins is for them to start coming out with quarterly reports. Okay, come out, open the books, tell us, what you're doing, where you're at, where your money is, where the money's going, what your real partnership is. Show the contracts, so on and so forth, and that would give clarity. That would put away the smoke and mirrors and let the community, let the crypto people really know what's up. Well, let's go to the charts because everything you need to know about when to get out, when to get in is on the charts, period, in a conversation. And right now, for me, personally, not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor or anything, even though I'll probably make more money than most of them. But anyway, here we are on XRP. And for me, until we clear the 200 up here around 240, this thing's dead in the water. Okay, there's no guarantee, no promises, that it's going to break out. And if you get in here because you saw a video or saw somebody posting something on X that hey, the next target's $500, doesn't mean it's so. Okay, prove it to me. And so we could still pull back here. Now, yeah, we do have a pretty good amount of across this blue dash line support. I'm not going to get into all that. That's for our Patreon members to know because they're paying for it. But right now, for the knowledge, right now, this red dash line and this high pivot here is our resistance. Plus, we have this, and it hit it perfectly. This long-term down trend line, okay, from the all-time high. And matter of fact, talking about calling tops and bottoms. People say you can't call tops and bottoms. You're right, you can't call them, okay? If you go back on X and look, it was about I think it was in December, we sit at the top and where to go short if you were going to do that. XRP was between $3 and 331. Okay, that red dash line. You can go look it up and see for yourself. Okay, that's enough on XRP. XCN, again, dead in the water until we clear that red dash line. There's a little bit more to it than that, but, our Patreon members are paying for this important information. And even right now, we're below the 200 very bearish actually, and the blue dash line was our near-term support. We're under it now. The 20 is next. That blue line here, it's flat, so maybe we get a little bounce up here. But yeah, it's either got to consolidate and break out or pull down. And I'll just go ahead and give you this. Okay, the only way markets reverse is with a V shape or a W, or like after the FTX debacle, Bitcoin came down and traded sideways for a while. Time forgets all the misery over here. Then we started coming back up. But the two primary ones is the V shape and the W. Right here, it was pretty much a V. And what we want now, uh, right here, is a W shape. Okay. So this down, up, and then we got to hold and go. Okay. But if we break through here, then all bets are off. But that's what it'll look like when we break out, and we'll be ready to rock and roll when that happens. But see, we're under that previous support here, so that's the next support zone if we drop down. Okay, then ADA, if I can find it here, I got 1,000 of these coins. Yeah, ADA. Matter of fact, I'm going to compare XRP to ADA, and this is how you tell. I don't care what the white papers say, what the hype is, what anybody's saying on YouTube or X. This is how you tell. Okay, this thing from the previous high. Remember, we had this blow up in November of 2024. Everybody thought that was, alt season was lit up. Here we go. Well, it was for a while until it wasn't. And then what you're going to do, you're going to compare where that price was in January of 2025 to where it is now. Okay. See how it has sold off? Okay. Now let's look at XRP. Look, very little. XRP on the charts is a hell of a lot stronger, better investment, not financial advice right now, than ADA. Okay, just about everybody, their mother is giving up on ADA, and that's not a cut on the coin. That's just a price. That's just a fact. Okay, just like when you hear people arguing about football teams, basketball teams, the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, who has the most rings? So on and so forth. Okay, that's all that matters. You know, and then here, this chart's a lot more healthy, a lot less. It has pulled back, granted, but a lot less than sweet little ADA over here. And there's charts out there a lot worse than ADA. I'm just saying, there's some that are back down here where 2024 started. Okay, and I drew this a bit ago, but let me get rid of that. And we were on the way. It was on the way putting that W, okay? Down, up, down. And then we needed to break that high pivot, okay? But it hit the 20, descending 20. I'll give you a little freebie here. 83% of the time that your trades fail is because you're trading against the 20, okay? Now, at some point, yeah, you're going to have to get in here. It's going to bottom, it's going to reverse, the market's going to reverse and start going back up. And that's where that W comes in, okay? But this is a failed W right now. Matter of fact, actually what it is, it's a perfect M for like a high, lower high. You take out that low pivot, all right? 60% of the time, this big red candle has follow through to the downside. That's no bueno, okay? And then where are we going next? Well, you come over here, it's not rocket science, or I couldn't do it. Okay, we might get a little help in this zone right here. See these wicks? 1, 2, 3, 4, really. You missed that, we're coming down here. Okay. Uh, so we could be in the low 40 cents here pretty quickly. But all right, guys, I don't want to take up all your time. I just wanted to rant a little bit. It just ticks me off that people, work hard for the money and they're out here literally. I mean, if you think about it, you're literally investing or floundering around in the market with your family's wealth. Okay. And I take that very seriously. And people get in these coins. People are telling them to, buy the dips. Well, what dip were you buying on ADA that you're okay with? Okay, I don't know. I don't see very many, but more importantly, uh, what happens is that people get in the red and they don't know whether to sell, get out, go ahead and, take the loss, or to keep hoping and wishing that it'll turn around and run up. And then, they watch all the videos, read all the positive, bullish news about that coin, reinforcing themselves psychologically that it's going to be okay. There's nothing psychological about it. It's all, regarding making this reverse to where it needs to go. Okay. And let me put it this way. Okay, you bought the coin, but your first loss is always your smallest loss. You've heard that. Okay. Well, let's say you took the same amount of money, all right, and you bought, just hypothetically, and you bought a retail store. And the first day it's open, one of the new hires that you brought in had good resume, good references, everything else. You see them take money out of the cash register. Okay, you'd probably walk up, fire them that second. The second they started stealing from you, you'd fire them. Okay. However, the way you're working the market, you're letting that person steal money 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, next week, the next week. I mean, how long are you going to let that person keep stealing from you before you fire them? Same with the market. How long are you going to allow the market to keep stealing money from you before you fire it and get out, get your act together, rebalance things, and then get your mind right, get your head right, and then look for the next opportunity. Okay, same difference. But everybody, I believe everyone's going to get another chance here relatively soon. I got a thesis on that, believe it or not, when this thing's going to rotate and start blowing up. But just let this be a lesson for the next time, the rotation hits and it's time to start scaling out. But guys, appreciate you, spending your time here. If you want to find out more about us, click the link below, and we will see you on the charts.